to the front. If you have not enjoyed it, you may go out the rear and try swimming.
Come on, let's do some exploring, guys.
I'd rather go swimming. I wouldn't recommend it.
Why not?
Well, let me just say, if the piranhas don't get you, the crocs will. And if the crocs don't get you, the electric eels will. And if the electric eels don't get you, the snakes will. And then okay, I get the point. No swimming.
Hey, look!
Oh, wow.
A trail of leaf-cutter ants. I just read about them in my jungle book. See how they carry pieces of leaves on their backs?
That is so cool. Hey, Cassie, come look at this.
Nah, I'm good. I hate bugs. And what's amazing is they're one of the strongest creatures on Earth. They can carry up to 50 times their body weight. If you do the math, it's like one of us trying to carry a minivan in our mouth.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Hey, do you think we'll see any Hercules beetles?
Oh, yeah, for sure. The jungle's crawling with them. Get it?
Ha, ha, ha. Hey, so what's a Hercules beetle?
It's a giant black bug with a big nasty claw in the front.
It's actually a horn, if you want to get technical about it.
So how big does it get?
Well, let's just say it's one of the world's largest insects. And that's saying something, considering we're in a place with spiders as big as plates.
What?
Yeah, in fact, they even made a movie about it. The Hercules beetle that ate New York City. It came from nowhere. It came from everywhere.
Stop it. You're creeping me out. Oh, she's just teasing, honey.
No, seriously. That's about how big they are.
Ew.
And speaking of bugs, did you know that over 90% of the animal species in the jungle are insects that are within a square mile? There could be over 50,000 different species. So you know what that means. They're literally everywhere. Gross. Can we please stop talking about them?
Oh, look! It's a frog!
It's so tiny and colorful.
I wonder if I could hold him.
No, Zane, stop! Don't touch it. It's a poison dart frog. Very beautiful, but very deadly.
Really?
You know, I think I've got enough pets.
Yeah, and the golden ones are the worst. In fact, one gold dart frog has enough poison to kill 20,000 mice.
All right, that's it. I've seen enough. I'm going back to the boat. And don't try to stop me.
I think it's going to be a long week for her.
Then I'm going to do all I can to make it her best trip ever.
Well, I hope you're up for a challenge.
In the meantime, we need to unload the supplies for tonight. Zane, why don't you lend me a hand?
Sure.
Whoa, what was that? Hello? Is anybody there? CJ? Zane? If you're trying to be funny, it's definitely not working. Anybody? Please don't be a tiger or a bear. Are there bears in the jungle? Oh. Ew. What is that sound? Ah. Ruth? Hello? Oh. Ruth, what are you doing in the woods?
Oh, well, you see, my hearing aid went out just as we were arriving, and while I was changing the battery, I saw this adorable little sloth hanging way up in a tree. Did you know sloths spend 90% of their lives hanging upside down?
Wow, I had no idea.
God is so creative. So, anyway, I was curious and just had to climb up to get a closer look.
Wait, you climbed a tree?
Well, sure, I love climbing. And it wasn't that high, really. Maybe, I don't know, 60 feet or so.
60 feet?
Yeah, give or take. That's why I was in the woods. Where is everyone?
Well, Cassie went back to the boat, and the rest went to get supplies.
I see. So, are you having a good time?
Well, yes, but Cassie would rather be at home, which makes it really hard to have fun.
That's too bad.
Zane seems like a really good kid.
Oh, he is. and I love him to pieces.
And you guys seem so close.
We are, especially since my husband passed away. He and Zane had such a special relationship, and now I'm trying to fill that empty space as best I can.
Well, that's awesome. I'm sure you're a great grandma. I mean, a wonderful grandma. Sorry. Hey, can I ask you a question? I can tell you're a religious person.
Well, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I guess that's what I mean. Anyway, there's something I've been thinking about lately, and maybe you can explain it.
Well, I'll try my best.
So, you believe that there's a loving God, right?
I sure do.
And you believe that he can do anything.
No doubt about it.
Well, then, can you tell me why a loving God who can do anything allows bad things to happen? I don't get it. I just don't.
That's a good question, and that's why I love my Bible. I like to call it the history book of the universe, because it tells us why things are the way they are. Are you familiar with God's Word?
Well, a little. I mean, I went to church when I was young.
Okay, so the Bible tells us that way back in the beginning, when God created the world, everything was perfect. Nothing bad ever happened.
That's so hard to imagine.
I know. Sadly, it wasn't like that for very long.
Oh, the story of Adam and Eve.
Yes, but remember, it's not just a story. They were real people in a real place. Do you remember what happened?
Well, God gave them everything except from the fruit from that one tree, right?
Very good. And he warned them not to eat it and told them what would happen if they did. Then the serpent lied to Eve, and they chose to believe the serpent.
Well, I don't understand. What does that have to do with all the bad things that happen now?
Well, when Adam and Eve disobeyed God, things changed immediately. Sin and death entered the world like a curse, and it affected everyone and everything. In fact, it eventually got so bad and so evil that God sent a global flood, the biggest catastrophe ever, and only 8 people and a bunch of animals survived.
Noah's Ark?
Yes, but the curse remained. That's why there's still so much evil in the world, and why there's disease and death and earthquakes and tornadoes and poisonous snakes. You get the idea.
So all this time, we've been living under a curse?
Yes, but the good news is that it won't always be like this. God has promised to remove the curse someday. We just don't know when. Could be soon, though.
Oh, good, you're back. Is Cassie with you? Is Cassie with you?
Yes, I'm here, unfortunately.
Well, it's good to see you at least helping.
It wasn't my idea.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Ow!
I'm sorry.
Ow! Here, let's put the fishing poles down, shall we?
Hey, it's not my fault. You made me carry it.
Did not. All I said is if you don't work, you don't eat. It was your choice.
Some choice.
It's gonna be dark soon, so we need to get situated. We can probably all fit in the outpost here, or there's a tree house just down the path that sleeps 4 people.
We'll take the treehouse.
You sure? You'll have to climb a ladder to get it.
Oh, I hope so. That's the best part.
It's pretty high.
Hey, the higher the better, I always say.
I don't know. I fell off a 30-foot ladder once.
Oh no! Were you okay?
Yes, thankfully. I was only on the bottom rung when it happened, but still.
Well, you don't have to worry about Graham. She'll be just fine.
All right, but if you fall and break your legs, don't come running to me. What about you two? Not an option. Company rules.
Well, I'm not sleeping in there. That's for sure.
Well, why? What's wrong with it? treehouse too. Oh, come on. It can't be that bad. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Sorry, the treehouse is full.
Fine. I'll sleep here. Go ahead, take your stuff to the treehouse. I'll get dinner started.
Well, what's on the menu?
Better not be fish. That's all I can say.
Don't worry, there won't be any fish on the menu as long as I'm skipper. Last time I went to a seafood restaurant, I slipped and pulled a mussel, and it made me really crabby.
Wow, that's really shellfish of ya.
Mom, don't encourage her.
Quick, let's go before we get that.
Hope it doesn't spoil our snipe hunt.